Stop for a second. Because what I'm about to tell you, most men never realize until it's already too late. Most men think attraction during intimacy is about performance. How strong they are. How long do they last? How impressive they can be physically. But that's not what she remembers. And that's not what makes her stay. In fact, most men are making one massive mistake. They stay silent in the moments that matter the most. And because of that, she slowly disconnects. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But emotionally. And when that happens, her mind starts drifting. Maybe not physically at first. But mentally, emotionally, something begins to slip. And here's the truth that changes everything: it's not about what you do. It's about what you say. Because the right words, at the right moment, don't just create attraction. They create attachment. They make her feel seen. Chosen. Irreplaceable. And once a woman feels that way, her mind doesn't wander. It stays with you. So if you want to understand how to create that kind of connection, hit like, subscribe, and let's break this down. Number 1, most men stay silent when it matters most. Picture this moment. She's close to you. Her breathing slows. There's warmth, tension, and a quiet emotional intensity in the air. This is where everything matters. And what do most men do? Nothing. They stay quiet. They assume the moment speaks for itself. But here's what they don't understand. Silence in that moment doesn't create mystery, it creates doubt. Because while you're quiet, her mind is not. She's thinking, what does this mean to him? Is this just physical? Am I just another moment, or something more? And if she doesn't feel emotional confirmation, she pulls back slightly. Not completely. But just enough for the connection to weaken. Number 2, words create emotional imprint. Men remember what happened. Women remember how it felt. That difference changes everything. Because feelings become memories. And memories create attachment. When you speak during emotional moments, your words don't just pass through, they stay. A simple sentence. Said at the right time. With the right tone. Can stay in her mind for days, even years. Because now the moment isn't just physical. It becomes emotional. And emotional moments are the ones she replays. Number 3, she craves connection, not performance. Most men try to impress physically. They think performance equals value. But what she actually responds to is connection. She wants to feel seen. Understood. Valued. Not just desired, but chosen. There's a big difference. Because desire can be temporary. But the connection feels rare. And when something feels rare, it becomes hard to replace. Number 4, a vulnerability builds instant trust. This is where most men hesitate. Because they think vulnerability makes them weak. But in reality, it does the opposite. When you say something real, something honest, something that shows genuine emotion, you create safety. And safety allows her to open up. You don't need long speeches. You don't need to over-explain. Even a simple, honest sentence can shift everything. Because it shows you're present, not just physically, but emotionally. Number 5, make her feel uniquely desired. There's a difference between generic and personal. You're beautiful is common. But something like, there's something about you that feels different to me, that hits deeper. Because now she feels seen as an individual, not just another woman. When you notice specific things about her, her energy, her presence, the way she makes you feel, you create emotional exclusivity. And exclusivity builds attachment faster than attraction ever can. Number 6, timing multiplies impact. You can say the right words at the wrong time, and they mean nothing. But say something meaningful when emotions are high, and it becomes powerful. During intimate moments, her guard is lower. Her emotions are more open. Her mind is more receptive. That's why even a quiet sentence, whispered, can hit 10 times harder than anything said later. Because it aligns perfectly with how she feels in that moment. Number 7, you're creating emotional memory. Every moment creates an association. If it's only physical, she remembers it briefly. But if it's emotional, she remembers you. Your words become tied to comfort, desire, connection, closeness, and over time, her mind links those feelings directly to you. This is how attachment forms. This is why she thinks about you later. This is why she feels drawn back to you, without even knowing why. Number 8, emotional safety triggers deeper bonding. Here's something most men completely overlook. A woman doesn't fully open up unless she feels safe. Not just physically, but emotionally. And your words play a huge role in that. When you speak with calmness, sincerity, and presence, you signal that she can relax. She doesn't have to perform. She doesn't have to guard herself. She doesn't have to question your intent. And when that safety is present, her connection to you deepens naturally. Number 9, consistency builds long-term attachment. One moment can create impact, but repeated moments create attachment. If she consistently feels seen by you, valued by you, emotionally connected to you, then over time, it becomes a pattern. And patterns shape relationships. She begins to associate you with emotional fulfillment. And once that happens, you're no longer just someone she's attracted to. You become someone she's attached to. Final shift: most men think they need to perform better. But the real truth is, they need to connect better. Because performance creates attraction. But connection creates attachment. And attachment is what keeps her invested. If you stay silent, you become replaceable. If you connect emotionally, you become unforgettable. That's the difference most men never understand. If this changed your perspective, subscribe for more. And comment the word irreplaceable if you're ready to build real connection, not just temporary attraction. Because the strongest bond you'll ever create starts with what you say.